to the Obsession Podcast. It's me and
Mike Stadler here.
all right. So you guys have been watching our web shows. You've watched our TV show, The Whitetail Obsession, for a few years on the Hunt Channel, and we've been asked to do podcasts now. So we're actually starting our podcasts out with Mike and I. We're actually at Mike's place. You guys, if you're watching here on YouTube, you can see some of Mike's trophies behind us there. A few of the animals he's taken. I'm going to show you guys some more of the basement, part of the new house that Mike built out here on 40 some acres.
Yes, sir.
Right on. So throughout the podcast, we're going to go through, coming up, we're going to be going through property management, deer hunting, some of the strategies we use. We're going to do a bunch of the questions you guys asked. That's what the shows are going to be about. The first show here, we're going to actually talk, kind of introduce ourselves and how long we've been hunting, some of the experience that we have, so you guys know where we come from and understand what we do a little bit. What about you? How many years you've been hunting?
I have been hunting, well, probably since, if you want to call it hunting, I was gun hunting.
Yeah, you're going to find that we refer mostly to hunting as our bow hunting.
Not that gun hunting's not hunting, but I'm
No.
just not big on it. Started gun hunting, I think, when I was 13. I'm 46 now, getting old.
You think you're old?
Yeah, I feel old.
Yeah, I'm 53 now.
You are old.
Oh, jeez, that hurts.
I've been bow hunting since 99, I guess would be when I really first started. I dabbled in it a little bit before that.
Yeah.
I still dabble in it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing a lot of times, I feel.
There's plenty of those moments.
What I tell you.
Yeah, if you're not learning every time you're out there anyway, you got a problem. But so when did we first meet? We first started hunting together.
I believe it was right around 2000
Yep.
is when we first met and started to hunt. I believe it was almost that year or the year after.
Yeah, 21 years we've been together, basically 20 years been hunting together.
I think we started with a trip out west.
Yeah. I asked you, I came to where you worked and we hung out for a little bit and I'm like, oh, this guy, I gotta hunt with this guy.
That was your first mistake.
Oh boy, it was trouble and things have progressed from there, but I think we went out to North Dakota mule deer hunting and at that point we were still learning the mule deer hunt.
Oh yeah. You mean it's different now?
No.
You're still learning that?
No, every time we go out there we're still learning that. 9 times out of 10 they kick our butt, that there's that one time.
All right. 5 seconds of fame.
We've recently gotten pretty efficient, but we started hunting whitetails and stuff together, and then I believe it was a year or two after that we just decided to start Rush Outdoors.
Yes.
And we've been filming and doing our hunts ever since then. Things have progressed and progressed throughout that time period. At the time, I was part of the Summit Tree Stands pro staff, and we brought Mike in, which was getting towards the end actually when we were with Summit.
Yeah, it was the last few years of Summit. What for us anyway?
Yeah. I mean, Summit Tree Stands is still there. The company was bought by Pratco Industries, and we used to work on their TV show, Summit High Places, for quite a few years. And once that went away, once Pratco purchased it, we decided at that point we were going to start our own stuff. And the YouTube stuff has progressed and progressed and progressed, and it's become what we have now. But the thing about that is everybody has to understand that we still got real jobs.
Yeah, that's for sure. Several of them.
Several of them.
You're not gonna get rich off of hunting. I mean, we're not anyway.
No. I mean, you're gonna have a few people out there. Obviously, the big shows, and the Primo stuff. The juries are probably what most people know about. How many different shows do the juries have? Obviously, Lee and Tiffany. And yeah, I know. But there is some good information on those shows.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's a lot of things that I've seen on some of the shows recently that has caused some issues in the hunting industry.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna find that we're a lot more of your everyday
Normal
practical hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to shoot a Boone and Crockett buck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? But
Yeah.
it's really not feasible for most people out there, and I think people set the wrong expectations.
Right.
Getting in a tree, and I think that's the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah, for our stuff, we shoot the top 10% of the animals that are on our properties that we have to hunt.
You gotta hunt what you got.
That's right. You can say all day if you want to hunt in 160, 170, 180 inch deer, because we all do, don't get me wrong. But what that comes down to is a lot of work. I mean, we work at it 365. A lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of property. And really good neighbors. I'm going to throw that in. If you're in a high stress situation, so what I mean by high stress situation is you have smaller properties. So one of my property, 72 acres. Mike's got 40.
Yeah, mine's 40.
Mike's got 40 here. He's fortunate enough to have a couple pretty good neighbors, but then again, he's got some neighbors on his other side that they just shoot.
They like to shoot everything that walks out to the field, and it's
Well, they're hunting field
it's gun
edges.
season. Hunting field edges and filling freezers,
Right.
which is great. I get it. People have to do it, but it's hard to do what you want to do if you have that going on.
Yeah.
Try to build build a deer factory, whatever you want
Right.
to call it.
I guess that's exactly right.
So
And this year, for both of us, we were fortunate enough. Mike got the opportunity to take 2 deer this year due to the CWD rules here in Wisconsin, and that was me last year. Last year, I got to take 2. I had a buck that had came back positive that I had shot in the early season, and in Wisconsin, if your buck comes back positive, they send you another buck tag. Now you can either use it that year or the year after. And that being said, we were both fortunate enough to take good deer this year here in Wisconsin. We did go out to North Dakota, where the deer numbers were way down, and we were hunting whitetails this year. We didn't draw for a mule deer tag, and things were a little bit rougher.
yeah, we opted to not take anything. We didn't see
Yeah.
anything that we really were looking to go after. So
5 deers a hunt, and then we seen 1 deer we would shoot, and it
Yeah.
wasn't on our property.
no, better off to let those guys go. Nobody else was going to hunt them this year, and
Yeah.
if unfortunately I say that we have a whitetail tag next year, which I don't want a whitetail tag out there next year.
No, hopefully we'll have a
But
mule deer tag.
They're there, So,
Yeah, that's true. The other part, with Rush Outdoors is going to kind of turn into more of our production part. So we'll be editing videos and stuff, and we'll post that stuff up later, but I'll edit videos for other companies, other people. And the show will be now known as The Obsession. That's what we're going to go with. You guys will still be able to see it here on YouTube at Rush Outdoors Wisconsin, but if you look down in the area or in the playlist right now, you'll see The Obsession, and then you'll see The Obsession for 2017, 18, 19, all of that. And those are from years past. Obviously, things have changed. Now that we own our own property, which has taken us a lot of years to get to, just so everybody understands that. You're going to see a lot more of us doing stuff over the spring and summertime on our properties to improve our land improvements and things like that. Last year we did a lot. It was real popular. I appreciate all you guys watching, all the support for that. We've learned a lot of things over our 20 years together, plus 30 years of hunting each, and we're going to show you that. Also, we'll have another guy with us, a guy named Sean Devitt. He's going to also help on the podcast. But his daughter had a big tournament. He had to do the dad thing. He's got younger kids. Our kids are older now, so we don't have to deal with that.
They're old and out.
Old and out.
Now it's time to hunt.
That's right. Makes life easier. So that's a little bit of our background. We're going to talk a little bit about a quick thing about some of the equipment that we use. Mike and I are both shooting PSEs. You guys know that we had been with Obsession Bows for 9 or 10 years. Mike switched over, I believe, 2 years ago. You went back to PSE.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now Mike and I are both back shooting PSE. This year we're not going to carry a bow sponsor for the show, just because I want everybody on the staff to be able to shoot whatever piece of equipment they want bow wise. But Mike and I will be shooting PSEs. We both shoot Mach 1s, my carbon riser bow, which, when I shot Mike's 3 years ago, I know I wanted one, but we were still under contract with Obsession. Not that Obsession makes a bad bow, but PSEs, Mach 1, and their EC cam is just, for me, and Mike will tell you his opinion, but for me, I believe it's the smoothest cycling bow that I've shot. I was shooting a Matthews V3 at the beginning of this past year at 60 pounds, and my my Mach 1 at 70 pounds. Cycles easier, pulls through easier, it's much faster. And
Yeah, very very easy on the shoulders too, because
yeah,
you weren't pulling back that Matthews at 70.
no, 60
I
pounds.
was at 60, and now
Yeah.
you're pulling the PSE back at 70.
Yeah, the cycle, the draw cycle is a lot smoother.
Very smooth. 90% let off.
Yep, and it shoots great out at longer
It's
distances.
amazing.
Yep, so that's just a little bit of that. We shoot fixed blade broadheads. This is going to come up in one of the shows. You guys are going to see this. We both shoot fixed blade broadheads. Now, currently, we both shoot different. Mike shoots a Thunderhead, and I shoot a Q80 Exodus. But a fixed blade is a fixed blade, I think.
Yeah.
Both had good luck. All these deer behind you can see are shot with a fixed blade head.
Yeah.
We're big advocates of that now. Just so people do know, I've experimented a lot with expandables. I actually helped Rocky Mountain with the development of some of their heads. Would have been back in the day, Rocky Mountain broadheads. We had that, and then we did some stabilizer stuff. So you'll see the stabilizers on Mike and Mike's bowls also are a little bit different than a lot of people hunt with. So
Yeah, we're not making them anymore.
no, we're not making them
We used to
anymore.
make our own before,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I do have some of them hanging on the old archive wall.
And they look good,
They
right?
look real nice.
They got Rush Outdoors right on.
They do. They worked.
Yeah, they did. So that's just some of our background, pretty simple, just kind of an introduction to the show, the Obsession Show, and Rush Outdoors. So that's kind of where we're going to leave this one. We're going to start the next show here shortly. We're going to bring you guys next week. We're actually going to be talking basically about when to shoot does, why to shoot does, and what we do on our properties to manage the deer herd. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys next week, same time. Saturdays are when we're going to put them out. Saturdays at 7 a.m. is when the podcast stuff is going to come out, when the web show stuff will come out. Once we start getting things rolling even more over the summertime when we're doing property management and things like that, there'll be 2 or 3 videos a week will be coming out. We got to be able to catch all of that on our show at Rush Outdoors Wisconsin on YouTube. And we'll go from there. So, other than that, thanks for listening.